Hey everyone, welcome back to the Receiptgate Trail. Loads has happened. Randy went live last night. She was open to answering questions. There was, at one point, there was 1.2k in there. I mean, when it started to get to 800, she said, oh, I see this is like a subject a lot of people are interested in. Lady, you bet. Okay, we've got unaccounted for money, no receipts, no verification of who this woman even is. Is it a big subject? Jesus, there'll be 2k in there tonight if Diane, it's D-Day today, right? If Diane goes live tonight, I'm expecting at least 1800 in there. Jesus, YouTube will blow up. Someone went in the chat and actually asked her, are you going to ask your friend to cam up for you? And it's like she doesn't even care. Like no one it's like no one questions anything. It's bizarre. And the thing that really gets me about all of this is because Diane's been so sure to present us with this image that she has more money than God, right? And then we find out there's a discrepancy with the money. Then we find out that she's been buying the pallets or using the money for giveaways and whatever, right? Probably the bag as well. Why would a wealthy, healthy-minded woman, successful, need to do that? There's a missing part to this puzzle. So I know people are saying, you know, I'm not into the conspiracies about or whatever, but I'm just explaining why, for me, it doesn't fit. The story still doesn't fit. This is why I question her whole that this is all a mask and we've been duped by somebody that has constructed her image, presented it to us, we've believed it, and it's been a false truth the whole time. So I noted some stuff down to cover so I didn't get off track or forget. The live with Randy. So somebody had commented on the community post and I believe it had a lot of likes. And when I say a lot, I mean like, you know, between 30 and 50 likes, nicely requesting her to, would she turn the super chat off? And then my source, because now I've got sources, my source told me afterwards that the comment had been deleted. So I thought, right, well, I'll be sure to check, because I hope she does turn it off, right? Morality, the ethics of this whole subject. Why would you want to make money off this whole subject? It's dark. It's disgusting. It's disgusting, right? That point bypasses her mind. Super chat was on and people, just like how Diane, right, used to manipulate her audience into super chatting her out of spite of the alleged tosser she was fighting with, i.e., sorry, but we'll use Tiffany, right? Loads of those super chats would say, yeah, fuck you, Tiffany, or all that kind of carry on, right? Tiffany hates kids with cancer. Tiffany wants kids with cancer to die. And I mean, I've got screenshots of them, not necessarily saying Tiffany, but saying all those people, which was me at the time, that are questioning the receipts and commenting about it. They want kids with cancer to die. That's the extremism, because for me, that group, right, is extreme. It's like the comments, it's the 700 people in chat consistently going after one person. There's zero self-awareness about how that might affect one person. Because think about it, right? If I have an argument with someone on that team, say, right, and it's one of Diane's or, I don't know, what are their friends? And then Diane's dragging me in her chat. The whole chat support their creator. So they're dragging you as well, right? It's nothing to even do with them. They haven't even heard often the official story from your own mouth before they're in there pulling up judgments and dragging you to hell and back, right? So where does it go from this issue being between two people to bringing all your subs into it and then they all go after the one person? Someone explain to me how that's right or okay. And I don't care that it's the theme done on the internet. It's still doesn't make it morally okay. The principle of it is completely off, and the ethics behind it, because remember, apparently we're all grown adults and healthy minded, but we do that, right? So anyway, they were super chatting Randy, not all of them, but it's like to prove a point, right? But do you not see how you're being manipulated into proving that point? A point that doesn't even need proving, right? This is all this whole thing is distasteful. The last thing that this situation needs is fucking money and super chats. That's the last thing this situation needs, right? I have an issue with super chats, ignore me. I do not mind people tipping their favourite host, their favourite creator, because they had fun or it was creative, okay? They enjoyed the content. But when it's emotional donations, hyping people up, right, then I do find it manipulative and off and deceptive. Don't like it. So because you're super chatting someone to spite someone that you don't even know, in the hope that me super chatting this person is going to piss that person off. What the fuck mentality is that? Human behaviour in this place. I don't know how you're all not glued, right? The stuff that goes on is mind-blowing. Right, so Randy's live. Yep, she kept the super chat on. Plenty started super chatting. Then she got to the point of saying that she still supports Diane. She's still friends with her. She understands that Wendy stepped away because there was a big thing yesterday when there was a tweet, or a tweet I'd seen on some channel, that Wendy was officially denouncing her friendship with Diane and she wasn't welcome over in the channel anymore, or whatever, right? So there's been a divide, a split. If it's permanent, who knows? Time will tell. But you know what I notice? I notice the crowds of people, right, already deciding, making the same mistakes as what they made after Tucker, right? Because like I explained a few videos back, because of the huge injustice of what went on with Tucker, right, and you're seeing how all these people are affected, right, this has come through the screen and affected people in real life. So I don't want to hear no more talk about it's just YouTube. Fuck that. So all these people were affected after Tucker, right? They did, a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of the DC were over in Boyd, right? So a couple of the Boyd people that had merged with the DC, because at that time it wasn't as all wonky and as all over the place. Now, like, there used to be like boundary lines. You knew when you were in Boyd, you knew when you were in the DC, and you knew when you were in the TC. Now you don't have a clue where you are because everyone's everywhere. So we would go, so, well, not we, but the people would go over immediately after all that Tucker thing, and you want to talk, right? You want to express and talk about what's happened, or have a place to hang, because especially if someone's going live every day and you're used to participating in that live, when the shit hits the fan and that streamer's not there anymore, right? You're still there with like free time that now, where you'd normally go, you can't go. There's all this stuff. You're not seeing your friends in the chat, the people that you've got used to and bonded with, right? So you need somewhere to go. A good few of them went into Diane's and they would talk about the Tucker situation and how they felt, right? Because it's a lot to process. You need to express it. And I watched them start super chatting Diane all over again. And that's when I started my tweet saying, yet again, you're trusting someone that feels familiar, right? Adopt in a side chat a person that you don't even know. Where are your boundaries, your personal boundaries, right? Where are they? Where are people's self-care work practices? Where are they? Because now I see people doing the same thing, right? They're looking for where it's still kind of safe, right? Where the people that they were used to seeing in Diane's when she'd be live twice a week and more with the impromptu ones, they're kind of lost. So they need or want another place to go, and they're going and they're labeling this other. So we've just had this like big like load of deception, and a lot of people straight away, and I don't mean it negatively towards Wendy, right? But they're rushing over there saying, yes, Wendy's safe, Wendy's fine, we'll go over there, we'll go and support the channel, we'll put everything into it. And I'm just like, you fucking learn absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. So we've had Tucker, now Diane, right, with the discrepancies, because you're not telling me everything's kosher and all this chaos is for nothing, right? Period, end of, something's happened to that money. And now, flooding into Wendy's chats, because this is now the safe place. Everything's familiar, there's familiar faces in here, so we're going to lower our guard and drop our boundaries, right? The one positive thing about that is that Wendy doesn't have a super chat on, right? Because I guarantee you now that we would be seeing reams of emotional donations, either to try and express support to her, right? Oh God, it does my head in. Like, I just wish people would just keep boundaries, and I don't mean it about Wendy. I wish people would keep boundaries with me, everyone. That, like, keep yourself safe. You're doing again, like you did what you did with Tucker. Then what you've done with Diane, just it's like the blindness of it, the total blindness of it blows my mind. Anyway, right, let's move on. So the Randy stream, not many questions got answered. PF asked her a question about the money for Stella. That all came to a head. There was another stream after Randy's big stream that I believe was only about 12 minutes long, where she discussed that she had lied about something to do with the money. Oh, about whether Stella gave it back, I believe. And there's a part of that story I'm missing because the stream was down anyway, and I'm hearing this bit secondhand, so I can't comment on some of it because I'm unsure about it. But yeah, so she'd admitted that she'd lied. Oh, she was asked on Sam's panel, did Stella send the money back after you sent it back to him, right? And I believe she said no. PF asked her again last night, did he send the money back and you accept it after you returned it? And I believe, and this is where the lie part comes in. Well, in the live that's down, I believe she'd admitted it and said she'd lied because she was humiliated and embarrassed. And she had lied. And I was just like, really? Like, this is just not the time for lies at the moment. It just really is not the time for lies, especially where money is concerned. It just isn't. It just isn't. So it was terrible timing. And I mean, it's just another part of this story that just blows your mind. I can't make my mind up what I'm either angry at, mad at, confused at peace with. There's none of this story so far fitting for me. I'm glad I'm not flipping writing it. I wanted to speak a little bit about, so a lot of the people that have outed this fiasco are being targeted, right? Harassed. And there's like attempts to humiliate them, right? So I don't know how to put this in any other way but the bluntest way possible, right? I heard that MGL's arrest video has been posted, right, to humiliate her, and she has been a big voice covering this. I'm thinking, like, have you got a death wish or something? Because, like, this time right now, it is incredibly bad timing for anyone who supports Diane to minimise this or be seen anywhere publicly playing it down or attacking the people that broke the story. Because, like he explained in a video way back when I was explaining about cancel culture and the hate and the trolls and how the direction of this, right, it's going yet again the same way as it did for Tucker. Those people, those final last few people that stood for him, right, they're who the trolls go at, right? If you're seen publicly looking like, even if you don't, but looking like, which if you're attempted to humiliate one of the biggest voices covering this topic and embarrass her, what else does it look like? It looks like you're trying to do that to get her back, like it's revenge, right? Well, why would you need to take revenge on someone covering a story of someone taking money that was meant for children with cancer, right? Why do you want to shut the truth tellers up? Why do you want to embarrass or humiliate the truth tellers, the people that are speaking the truth on this, right? And try to keep it going so that accountability can be sought from the person in question. So anyway, I think people are going to tolerate And I certainly don't mean myself, but I'm watching it happen. I am watching it happen. There's been CPS calls apparently and 2 wellness checks that I know of so far. And there's been other allegations of other stuff, but I haven't heard it officially, so I can't say anything on it. So clearly people are pissed off at the people that they believe are still or had been riding hard for Diane. And still, people are trying to embarrass and humiliate the truth tellers on this subject. It doesn't matter what you think of the person, right? Whether they're a tosser, a jerk, or they're your best friend. To be trying to humiliate somebody that's covering the truth about money in relation to that was supposed to go to children with cancer, I'm just like, have you got a death wish? Bad move and bad timing. Be careful. Like, think it through what you're doing. This is a big thing. There's a lot of, you saw how many people were in Randy's last night. It was incredible. It ain't dying down or going away anytime soon. Trying to silence the truth tellers or like use scare tactics to try and intimidate them. Like, what? Why are you doing that to people that tell the truth? Just goes to show Julian Assange, right? How's he been treated? How are these truth tellers treated in the real world? The same as they are on YouTube. Attacked and harassed for speaking the truth. Use another example. Jasmina. Attacked and harassed for telling the truth. There's loads of them, right? Loads of them. Just in our community. The trolls, you're egging them on. You are indirectly egging them on to come for you. Be careful with your words about how much you love Diane. Be careful. I think I've nearly covered everything. I did want to touch on the moving forward, because I keep hearing people say, how do we move forward? How do we move forward? I think we need to move forward. And like when Wendy keeps saying she's moving on, and I'm just like, what do you mean moving on? We haven't even got through this. We haven't even got to the bottom of it. Like, do you not care? There's no resolve. There's no like final part to this story. We still don't even know anything. How can we move on? Well, we haven't even uncovered yet what the fuck's been going on the whole time. We still don't know. There's still questions. Hopefully tonight, Diane, Dirty Diane, shows up with the 37 receipts. 37. So for the moving on, I think people need to be allowed to go in streams and talk about it, whichever side they're on. Whichever side they're on, whether they're on the side where they're still in limbo and confused and messed up in the head, or whether they're on Team Receipts, or whether they're on Team Diane. I think people, to help move on, you have to process it. To process it, you have to think it through and talk about it. So that's how you move on. You think about it, you talk about it, you process it. You give it some time, and the moving on kind of happens naturally. But I don't think the moving on can happen until this sod, right, the one in hiding, the one that everyone's waiting for, right, shows up. How can anyone move on until this one shows up? You better show up tonight, Diane. For real, okay? For real. Just do it. Get it over with. Help your people. This is what you need to think about if you have a soul in there. Your people are left in sheer disbelief, shock and pain, right? Mentally twisted up over this whole entire situation. Get on your freaking panel that you can get on morning, noon and night normally, and tell your people you're sorry. Tell them. Tell them. Address them. And apologise. In fact, you need to do more than apologise, right? You should be down on that panel, freaking licking people's feet. That's where you need to be. That is where you need to be. And you best come out there with some humility. Don't make it worse for yourself. Coming out there defensive, attacking, dragging your ex-friend. Whatever the situation is with that, just do it the right way. Do it the right way. Give the people some flipping answers. Just give them some answers. What do I predict? What do I even think? Will she show? Won't she show? I have a strange feeling that she will show. But I want to say she won't. So I'm kind of stuck. Like, my gut says she's going to show. But I've just watched, you see. I've just caught a bit of Wendy V's stream. I couldn't chat. I was busy. So I was just listening on the fly, right? And the way she was talked about in there, this is the part that bothers me about whether she'll show tonight. It's what she hears today. right? If people were doing streams today saying, you know, if she comes forward and apologises and, you know, people are forgiving, if it was more like that, for me, that would, I believe, that would lull her into definitely doing it. But if the comments are really harsh and people are saying, which I don't blame them at all, right? But if she's hearing a lot of, I'm done with her, whatever she says won't change my mind, which I'm one of those people, I wonder if that might get to her. So I'm kind of hoping behind the scenes she has got people supporting her, bolstering that ego up, right? Keep the ego up, you know, keep her, you know, come on, like, it's all right, Diane, you'll be fine, we'll be right here, I think if she has a lot of that, she'll be up there, definitely. But if she keeps hearing the negative, if she's watching, which she will be, that's what worries me, that'll cause her to change her mind, and I don't want her to change her mind. So that's why I want the people, whoever it is that's closest to her, to keep giving her that ego boost so she sees it through and comes out on that panel. Because for her to now have to come out on that panel on her own because she's split with Wendy, Randy's working, it worries me that she just might not show. That's the only element that worries me, because if she keeps hearing the negative. But yeah, I hope. So I'm kind of hoping that the people behind the scenes, whoever she's still hanging with, are bigging her up, bolstering her up. You can do it. Just tell them. People will forgive you. You'll just have to take the hate for a short time. It'll die down. Everything will be fine. If people are giving her all that, I do solidly believe she will come out tonight. But I'm going to go with my gut, right? I'm going to lay it out there first because I like to see. I like to test what I feel to see if it does come true. But if it doesn't, I don't even care. But I'm going to go with my gut, right? That she's going to show. But I am worried that if she keeps hearing the negative talk, she just might not. She just might not. And I don't know how many more streams are going to kick off. Because just as I came out here to catch the last few rays of daylight, I noticed Sip Some Tea with Marie was live. So they were discussing it, so I'll have to go back and watch the replay and see what they were, you know, what kind of things were on her mind, what she was thinking of the whole situation. As much as everybody has a right to be dragging her, sure thing, right? I wanted to show more than I want to hear someone else calling this out. I just wanted to show. I just wanted to show and see, get a gist or get a vibe and go a step further, because we'll be a step further to finding stuff out. I mean, this is incredible living in this, trying to live in this state where the most wanted is the most, like, she's just not accessible at all. You can't get hold of her. You can't get hold of her. So, right, I'll get going. Thank you so much for watching. If you've been following this crazy, silly receipt gate trail, hopefully you're all well and staying safe. Love lots. Until next time, bye for now.